97 FM WQXO.
Good morning, Munising. Welcome to Coffee with Casey, right here on AM 1400, 97.7 WQXO, live from the beautiful Jamadot Studios inside Gallery Coffee Company. Casey Ford here on this overcast, foggy Friday. I know it's supposed to get better for the weekend for all you that are going camping or going backpacking or just want to get out on the lake. The worst of the rain is over as we finally had some thunderstorms last night. I was super pumped to see the lightning, hear the thunder, the pouring rain. Obviously, we need it. Fire dangers are high, or they were high, but we desperately needed that rain that we got last night. So I'm in a great mood. We got a big show on tap for you. We try to bring you the big names here on AM 1400, 97.7 WQXO, brought to you in part by Rome Media, because we want to show you that it's just more than just the radio station. We want to have the big names on. I want to show you that these guys want to talk to us here in Munising, whether it's Joe Bogren, who's running for the 109th, or whether it's like today, Jeff Blashill, Detroit Red Wings head coach, is joining us. Dave Lorenz, vice president of Pure Michigan, joined us in the past. I mean, these big names want to talk to us here in Munising, and I'm super pumped that they come on and talk to us right here on AM 1400, 97.7 WQXO, on the Rome Media Facebook page, on the YouTube page, on SoundCloud, on Spotify, and of course, WQXO.com. So I can't wait to bring you the Jeff Blashill interview right here on AM 1400, 97.7 WQXO, which will be approximately 10:15-ish this morning right here on these airwaves. A couple of things I do want to talk about. Our second guest that's going to be here today is Paul Naasz from the Alger County Fair. We'll talk about that. That's taking place the end of July, and we'll talk about the preparations for that and how they are getting set for the Alger County Fair that takes place end of July. There are some things I would like to talk about, and it has to do with the 4th of July. You heard in the news this morning, we'll play it again during Coffee with Casey, about the food trucks that are taking place 4th of July down at Bayshore Park and across Alger County. But there are other things that are going on right now, and this is very important. And this happens every year that we have the fireworks for the 4th of July. There's door-to-door collecting going on right now for the 4th of July fund. It takes place now until the 30th. Everybody that is soliciting funds for the 4th of July will have a giant red can. So if they have that giant red can, you know it's legit. It's for the 4th of July funds and the fireworks to make sure we can have a fantastic fireworks display down at Bayshore Park. Also, I know that we have talked about this plenty of times so far, but here at Rome Media, on the Rome Media Facebook page and on the YouTube page, we will be filming the 4th of July parade here in beautiful downtown Munising, thanks to those wonderful sponsors that you see on the screen for radio purposes. It's Putvin's, Jamadot's, Ron's Body Shop, Shunk Furniture, Munising Flower Shop, A-Burger, Hillside, Taco Potamus, and the Alger County Veterans Affair that is all sponsoring this. I would love to give a huge shout out to Jamadot's and Deployed Technology for giving us the correct equipment and setting everything up for us to be able to broadcast this 4th of July in beautiful downtown Munising on West Onoda Street. So be looking for that on the Rome Media Facebook page and on the YouTube Facebook page, and you should be getting notifications. I know you can set notifications for all of this. So we have the red canisters and people soliciting for the fireworks going on right now. We are talking about the parade that's going to be taking place. That is 9 days from now. Literally 9 days from now, 4th of July will be here in downtown Munising. And I do want to talk about this, and it's the run walk that's going to be taking place that Sunday morning. That is a huge thing. 4th of July committee is putting this on. Please pre-register. And I think you can sign up day of as well. But it's called the Freedom Run Walk. Here at Roll Media, we are sponsoring this. I'm super excited to work with DJ Paquette and the 4th of July committee to help put that run walk on. But here at Roll Media, I know you've all seen the Facebook post that I've had, and I know a lot of people have done the keto diet that I've talked about right here on these airwaves, because I believe in health and I believe in taking part in something like this. Good morning, Julie Goings. Thank you for watching Coffee with Casey right here on AM 1400, 97.7 WQXO and the Rome Media Facebook page. So we have the run walk that's taking place on that Sunday as well. Now, this is the part of the show in the first segment here, and I want to have some fun, and it's mostly poking fun at myself. The first segment brought to you in part by Miners Falls Mini Golf. They are open at noon daily and close at 10 o'clock at night. Miners Falls Mini Golf, proud supporter of Coffee with Casey right here on AM 1400, 97.7 WQXO. I happened to take a photo yesterday of myself, and I don't do this a lot unless I feel it's actually relevant. And I know Bryce, I sent it to him. I was hoping he could put it up on the screen. Look at this photo right now for people that are on Facebook Live and watching on YouTube. Now, the headphones and the beard, right on. I am a gorgeous human being with that sexy red beard. I know this. But take a look at the huge forehead that I have, pretty accurate to what you see on your screen right there. And yesterday, I even had that little, if you look at the top of your screen, I even had that little man doof thing that was going on right there. I was just like, I can't get this any better, because look at the hair on the screen. Oh, people in gallery can't see unless they're watching the TV, but the hair in the image is right on. Like, it is right on. Not only am I balding, I got this to look almost exactly like the actual logo. And this wasn't intentional at all. The headphones, yes, looks good. But it's the hair. The hair was almost like right on from what that logo looks like. And I was like, you can't script this. You can't script this. So I'm losing more hair by the day. I know my lovely wife gave me one of those front porch haircuts the other day, and I saw all the gray that was in my hair. But like, this was as spot on a logo that you could possibly get. And I was like, wow, just wow. And it's not me like even hating myself or anything like that. It was just like, that is interesting. I need to take a photo. Good morning, Fred Goings. Thank you for watching. Josh Cole, thank you, saying I look even better in person. I do want to get to that this morning, because we do have a special celebrity in the house from Miners Falls Mini Golf. Mr. Josh Cole is watching us here from Gallery Coffee Company, and today is his 38th birthday. So happy birthday, Josh Cole. 38 years young. He's caught up to me. I turned 39 in October. He's still young. He just happened to catch up for a short period of time. Katrina Walther Cadwell, happy birthday. I love Katrina. Got to see her Tuesday night at the Wetmore baseball fields. And happy birthday to Carissa Dietzman. She should be celebrating in style today. 21 years old, officially an adult. Just be safe, have fun, and enjoy your day. Josh, Katrina, and Carissa Dietzman all having birthdays on this Friday. Yes, I'm sorry, Bryce. Two things that I've noticed, and people bring it to my attention all the time. My posture is really bad, and I like to speak with my hands, so I have to get my fingers away from my face. That's all stuff that you don't see. But yes, I'm well aware that I talk like this a lot when people watching on screen, where my hand is in front of my face. It happens. I'm sorry. It is what it is. But yeah, I don't have the best posture in the world, and I like to speak with my hands, and sometimes my hands get in the way of me talking. So, oh, and you can see Bryce with the graphics right there. Anyway, I'm super pumped. Like I said, 4th of July, we're still looking for volunteers. If there's any way you can volunteer for anything with the 4th of July, whether it's with Rome Media or the committee, we can try to point you in the right direction. 387-1400. 387-1400 is the number to call after the show. And we'll talk about the run walk. We can talk about the parade setup, judging, parade coordinators. Maybe they need volunteers for the pet parade. Maybe with the firemen display with all the hoses and getting people soaked. I just know that there's volunteers still needed to put on this 4th of July parade that takes place here in beautiful downtown Munising. We'll take this quick timeout. When we come back, we will talk to the man that's in charge of making all the decisions on the bench of the Detroit Red Wings. His name is Jeff Blashill, and he will be the Grand Marshal, the first ever Grand Marshal in the Sault Ste. Marie Parade this 4th of July. I can't wait to talk to head coach Jeff Blashill. And then we'll talk to Paul Naasz from the Alger County Fair Committee after we talk to Coach. But I'm super pumped to have Coach on and talk a little bit about life, hockey, and the 4th of July in Sault Ste. Marie. We'll take this time out. When we come back, we'll have Jeff Blashill on right after this. You're listening to Coffee with Casey on AM 1400, 97.7 WQXO at WQXO.com, on SoundCloud, and on Spotify. You're watching Coffee with Casey on the Rome Media Facebook page and on YouTube. We'll come back with Coach right after this.
Alger County Communities That Care is a local organization that offers preventative programming addressing teen pregnancy, violence, delinquency, school dropout, substance abuse, depression, and suicide. We are looking for members in our community to help with many of these programs and fundraisers we offer. If you would like to get involved, please contact us at algerctc.org. Alger County United and Thriving, promoting a safe, healthy, and prosperous environment for all youth and adults.
Are you looking for an afternoon of family fun? How about a change to your date night routine? Come to Miners Falls Mini Golf to experience the fun for yourself. Explore the waterfalls and rivers while enjoying 18 holes of miniature golf. Find our latest flavors of chocolate shop ice cream by visiting our Facebook page. Open at noon daily. Visit Miners Falls Mini Golf off of M28, 2 miles east of Munising, or call 387-4653.
Hutphin's Health Mart welcomes you. Your hometown pharmacy is always here for you. Customer service comes first in all we do. You're gonna find that we love serving you at Hutphin's Health Mart. Service is still our best medicine.
Hutphin Health Mart has been a trusted source to handle your prescriptions for over 80 years. They're always ready to help in a personal way with their experienced and well-trained pharmacy staff. Family-owned and operated. Just people serving people. 119 Elm Avenue in beautiful downtown Munising, with convenient parking at the front or rear entrance.
At Hutphin's Health Mart, service is still our best medicine.
Tracy's Restaurant inside Rome Inn in Munising is now open 6 nights a week. Come try our new approach to dining, a small plates culinary journey you won't forget. Enjoy small plates of cheese curds to baby wedge salads, to large entrees like surf and turf for 2, a collection of quality beef, lobster, shrimp, and bluegill. And top off your experience with our large selection of wine, premium whiskey, and new tap featuring local craft beer. Open Monday through Saturday from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Call 387-8000 for reservations.
Back on Coffee with Casey, AM 1400, 97.7 WQXO. also at WQXO.com, on SoundCloud, Spotify, on our YouTube channel, and at the Rome Media Facebook page. Casey Ford back inside the Gallery Coffee Company inside the Jamadot Studios, where we bring you one of my favorite guests. And it's been a while since I've been able to talk to him officially and do one of those quote unquote interviews, but I always love the chance to get back and talk to this man. His name is Jeff Blashill, the head coach of your Detroit Red Wings and a Sault Ste. Marie native. Good morning, Coach. How you Back on Coffee with Casey. Cloud, Spotify, on our YouTube channel, and at the Rome Media Facebook page. Casey Ford back inside the Gallery Coffee Company, inside the Jamadot Studios, where we bring you one of my favorite guests. And it's been a while since I've been able to talk to him officially and do one of those quote unquote interviews, but I always love the chance to get back and talk to this man. His name is Jeff Blashill, the head coach of your Detroit Red Wings and a Sault Ste. Marie native. Good morning, Coach. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. Good morning to you, Casey. Good to be on.
Thank you for joining us. And it's always I've always been told that to be a Youper, you have to live here over half your life. And yes, you were born in Detroit. You spent 30 years in the Sioux, and you're only a couple of years older than me. So you are a Youper, in my opinion. Let's talk about you being a Youper and what shaped you when you were living in Sault Ste. Marie and going to Lake State games and getting to see all the hockey at Lake Superior State.
Yeah, I'm definitely a Youper in my hometown's the Sioux. I was born in Detroit, but I didn't live here long enough to really, really grow up at all. I grew up in Sault Ste. Marie and proud of that, very proud of that. The Sioux, as the UP in general, it's just a great place where I would just say that people care about you. And what shaped me, the people around me, that's what shaped me. And not just my family, but so many people. When you grow up in a town like the Sioux and like many towns in the UP, if you play youth sports, you're part of a family. It's not switching from team to team every year. You're part of a family, and those are the people that help shape you through the course of your life, and that you stay in touch with over the course of your life. And I still talk to a number of guys that I grew up with in the Sioux, whether it be guys that I played hockey with, whether it be guys that I went to school that didn't play hockey, and really it was the people. I think that's what separates the UP from anywhere else in the country that I've been to. It's just a really, really good group of people.
Now, you talk about the Sioux and how it shapes you, and you live in there and doing everything that you did with the Sioux, and your dad teaching there. The 4th of July and the holidays, obviously, being a Youper, huge deals. You were the honorary and the first grand marshal in the parade in the Sioux on the 4th of July. What does that mean to you? How did they contact you? Take us through that process.
Well, my both my sisters and my brother all grew up in the Sioux. My oldest sister Lisa and her husband Steve Peacock. Steve actually grew up in the Sioux as well, and so he a member of the commission in the Sioux contacted Steve and said, would I be interested in coming up, and they'd like to have me be the Grand Marshal and honor some of the accomplishments that I've been fortunate enough to have in my life. And for me, it was a no-brainer. It was a no-brainer for a couple of reasons. One, I get to go back with my own family, my wife and kids, and go back to the Sioux with my siblings and my parents. And so now we get to have a nice weekend in the Sioux and hang out. And we really, my parents moved a few years ago. And so to get back there as a group is awesome. We haven't done it in a while. And then number two, to say thank you, to say thank you to so many people that impacted my life, so many people that were special. The Bob Brown and John Ferronis of the world. Those were my two youth coaches that had probably as big an impact on me outside of my parents as anybody. But those two are representative of so many people, the different teachers I had that all influenced my life. So to be able to go back and have a real special day is awesome.
Well, and I know with the Red Wings that you guys have training camp up in the Traverse City area. But how often do you get to go back and be part of the Upper Peninsula. I know you said you haven't been in the Sioux in a while, but how often do you get to travel up here and experience the UP culture now that you're head coach to the Detroit Red Wings?
Yeah, not enough. And some of that's just the reality of my job in the winter is it's kind of, you're not doing anything extracurricular. Then in the summer, my kids are at ages where unfortunately youth sports kind of overtake take everything else. Now I did go back to the Sioux actually last year with my immediate family, just with my wife and my kids, and it was important to me to bring my kids up there and see the different spots that their dad grew up in, and know that the Sioux was a special place for us, and so to be able to head back again, this time with my siblings, with my parents. Again, that hasn't happened since my parents moved out, and I don't know the number of years ago it was, but it's probably 7 years ago where we were all together in the Sioux. And I also know a number of friends have reached out, and I hope to have a beer with a number of them and be able to rehash old stories and just see a lot of old friends. Absolutely.
Head coach Jeff Blashill, the Detroit Red Wings, joins us right here. Coffee with Casey, AM 1400, 97.7 WQXO from the Jamadots Studios inside Gallery Coffee Company. Want to remind you, Jamadots is live and local, and they have stream TV available only on the Jamadots Network. Offers 12 channels with local news and sports. 72-hour playback, records every channel for 3 days without needing to set a DVR. Call Jamadots today, 387-9911. So, Coach, you talk about the Sioux. What are some of the buildings, the arenas that really shaped you, that you just love, the old barns in hockey that you love going to?
Oh, I would tell you, so much of my youth was spent in rinks in the UP. Going to Lakeview Arena in Marquette and playing the different Marquette teams. We always had a huge rivalry with Marquette, but really, Escanaba and playing there in Houghton Hancock area and Calumet, and was back to Calumet actually as the head coach of the Detroit Red Wings a couple of years ago, and that was awesome to be able to play an exhibition, see a game against the Blues there. But there was really a special rivalry between our Sioux teams at the time and the Marquette teams, and we had a lot of good battles, and so those are special memories. And now I get to go into different types of great buildings in the NHL and be able to get to see some pretty cool spots around the world, but really always knowing that my roots were cemented in the UP.
When you talk about, and you played goaltender and played at Ferris State, mm-hmm. When you were sitting there and you're trying to get recruited, you're in the Upper Peninsula, Lake State's won some national championships under Rick Comley, and you see what Rick Comley was able to do at Northern Michigan University. How did you choose what college to go to and the recruiting process that you went through?
Well, a little bit they choose you, and they, in terms of who you get offers from. I was just actually with Coach Jeff Jackson this past couple of days, spent some time working through some hockey strategy with them. I haven't seen Coach Conley in a while, but I've seen him a little bit on the road when he's been scouting at different times, and what a magical time in the UP, to have two of the best. When I was growing up in high school, two of the best college hockey teams in the country were right in the UP, and at that time played in different conferences. But we, I remember, I think it was 91. Both teams were excellent, and they had games against each other, and it was unbelievable. The crowds were unreal, and So, I played for the Sioux Hawks in midgets, and then went to Des Moines and played in the United States Hockey League for 3 years, and ultimately got a scholarship offer from Ferris. I never got a scholarship offer from my hometown Lake Superior State Lakers, and they were right. They chose John Graham the same year, and John Graham went on to play a lot of games in the NHL, and I didn't. So they made the right choice there. But I had a great time at Ferris, and honestly, Ferris jump-started my coaching career. Bob Daniels asked me my senior year if I'd ever be interested in coaching, and I said absolutely. And I always say being a bad goalie jump-started my coaching career, and here I sit today. So I'm thankful for all those experiences.
Jeff Blashill joins us right here. Coffee with Casey, AM 1400, 97.7 WQXO on the YouTube stream, on the Rome Media Facebook page, also on SoundCloud, on Spotify, and at WQXO.com. And I originally met you when you were able to get one of Northern Michigan University's assistants, Rob Faka, down to Western Michigan, and you've been successful wherever you've been. It doesn't matter what level you've coached at. You've been successful. You've been assistant with the Red Wings. You were with the Grand Rapids Griffins, winning Calder Cups. You were successful down at Western Michigan University. How often do you get to talk to a guy like Rob Faka and some of the other coaches that you've had on your staff?
A lot and not enough, especially some of those special people like Rob. I actually just spoke to him within the last week, and he'll call me and chat about a number of things, usually busting my chops on something. Rob, he's a funny man, but he's a special person. And hockey is a little bit like growing up in the UP that I talked about, the special people there. That's kind of the hockey community. Really fortunate to be working in a sport where the people are really awesome, genuine, caring people, and Rob Faka is a great example of that. Rob's extremely funny. Rob's a great person, but Rob would give you the shirt off his back at any point. And I've worked with so many good people. I talked to Bob Daniels, who I worked with and was coached by Ferris State, Drew Famulak, Mark Kaufman. I see them on a fairly regular basis. Rico Blasi and Chris Bergeron are good friends of mine to this day. Pat Ferschweiler at Western Michigan. So many good people that I've been able to come into contact with. And that, to me, life's not about accomplishments. Life's not about setting goals. Life's about a journey and having great experiences within that journey. And I've been real fortunate to have a really good journey and meet some really great people.
And that's why I love talking with you, because you're so level-headed. And that's why I hate what I do. I really do, like the media. And I know that things can get testy sometimes with the media. I don't really consider myself media. I consider myself a person that gets to have a nice conversation with the head coach of the Detroit Red Wings, because I'm not that guy. Oh, well, he should be fired. They've had some bad years, blah, blah, blah. How much do you pay attention to the Twitters and the Facebooks and the media? And I know it's a lot more pressure down in Detroit when things aren't going your way with the Detroit Red Wings.
Well, I'd say a couple of things. Number one, I always understand the media has a job to do, specifically more those that I deal with on a day-to-day basis here, and they have a job to do. I've all I'd ever asked them to be is fair, and I think the media in the Detroit area has been very fair. They've questioned some things I do, and they had a right to question. When you're in a decision-making position, you're going to make lots of decisions, and you're going to make some right and some wrong. That's the reality of life. Nobody makes perfect decisions every time, and it's more about how you react when you do make those right and wrong decisions and the steps that you take forward. I don't pay attention to Twitter. I don't pay attention to social media at all. My first year, I actually in Detroit, I had a Twitter account, and I check it out. And it is a good way to kind of keep track on things. But in the end, it's just there's too much negativity involved in it, and it gives a microphone to sometimes the loudest people, and a lot of times the loudest people, are ones that have for whatever reason just want to be negative, and from the situation we live in, and the job we're trying to do, we're trying to be solution based and trying to get to the best answer on a daily basis. And to let anything from the outside affect those decisions would be I wouldn't be doing my job properly. So I stay focused in that, but I've got lots of friends in the media and lots of really good people.
No, and I understand that, and I just sometimes it's frustrating because you know how it is, and answering the same questions night in, night out, things like that. Now, I know you have 3 kids. I have 4 myself. When you have a tough day at the office, who's the first one? Which one of your kids is going up to you, giving you a hug first, and it's all right, Dad, things like this? Or which one is criticizing, be like, hey, you should have done this, or you should have started him? Which one of your kids is doing that for you?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I think my wife and my oldest Teddy would question right away, why did you pull the goalie so early? I hate when you do that, and all in good jest.
Oh, right.
I think I have my oldest is a boy. My middle is my daughter Josie, and then my youngest is Owen. And so they all 3 have their own unique personalities, as and so I would say that the older they get, the more they like to bust on me a little bit, and that's great. That's fine. I know in the end they all give me a hug and know that we do the best we can, and we keep really good perspective in our family. Hockey, the coaching the Detroit Red Wings is awesome. It means tons to me. Hockey and my job means tons to me. I don't ever feel like you really work a day in my life so far, because I've had a job that I've loved, and that's my passion. But most importantly is my family, and both my kids and my wife and my parents, my siblings and my friends, and that's what's most important. So we always keep that part in perspective. But we have fun with each other, and I would say my kids, again, as they get older, they like to take little shots at me and have fun with it.
And you're right. The older they get, the more fun they are. Jeff Blashill joins us right here on Coffee Casey, AM 1400, 97.7 WQXO from the Jamadots studios. Let's talk about that, because being a family man, you got 3 kids, and mine are my ages are 12, almost 9, like 9 next week. One just turned 4, and one just turned a year old. How tough is it for you, knowing everything that they do, not only to attend it, but also make sure that that they know that you're present and and attending those events?
The only part of the job that I don't want to say that I don't like, but the hardest part of the job, I guess, is that I don't get to see a lot of the things that my kids do, a lot of my kids' activities. And I don't think it really affects them. I go as much as I can, and they know that I care about them. And I talk to them about all their situations. But in the end, you just have this life, and your kids grow up fast, and before you know it, you've missed a lot of what they've done. And so I try to make a point when I can to make sure that I'm going and watching their activities. And the COVID break, is as hard as it was, the pause last year on so many people. That it was also a special time to be able to hang out with your family, probably more than ever. And so I'll always think back on that time as a really hard time for the world, but there were moments of real special for my own family, because I got to see them more than I ever have in my life. And even this summer now, my oldest Teddy's a golfer. He's going to tournaments, and I get to go, and I actually got to caddy for him on Memorial Day, and that was a pretty cool thing. My daughter's playing field hockey. I've got to go to her field hockey tournaments. My youngest is playing lacrosse right now, and I've been to his. So what I really enjoy probably the most is when I can go with my wife and watch those events. The person I probably don't see as much as I'd like to see on is my wife. And we're usually, as you know, when you have kids, you're going in multiple directions, and not usually you're kind of divide and conquer instead of being able to go together. And so those times when we can go together and watch one of our kids' activities, that's a really, really special time for us.
You're absolutely right. Do you push any of them towards hockey? I know you've done interviews in the past where you said your dad didn't really know a lot about hockey, but you obviously became a goaltender. So what do you try to push your kids into hockey? You want them to do something else? And I know, like I always say, one of my kids is a wrestler. I don't know anything about wrestling, and I just sit back and I just let coach. I'm going to assume that we're back here with Paul Naasz. We had a little bit of a power outage here in the Jamadot Studios. I'm going to assume, and this is just me assuming, that we had some kind of transformer that blew or something, where on radio we always sounded great, and then on the video stuff, we were no longer on for Facebook Live or for YouTube. But Casey Ford inside the Gallery Coffee Company, where they are open to 2 o'clock on this Friday and Saturday. Come get yourself some lunch and some delicious coffee. I know yesterday, Paul, I was struggling a little bit, and they gave me a double shot of Red Eye, which is a really strong coffee, and it absolutely did its trick until 4:15, 4:30. Then all of a sudden I was really tired. But Paul Naasz joins us right here on Coffee with Casey, AM 1400, 97.7 WQXO from the Jamadot Studios, as he's from the Alger County Fair. This portion of Coffee with Casey also brought to you in part by Pictured Rocks Golf Course, which serves a Friday night fish fry. Enjoy fresh Lake Superior whitefish, grilled, fried, or blackened from 4 until 9 o'clock tonight at Pictured Rocks Golf Course off H58 here in Munising. Paul, welcome to the program, sir. I know it's a little bit of a jaunt for you, but how's the coffee first and foremost?
Coffee's great.
How much coffee do you drink with everything that you do?
Well, I had this conversation with Liz earlier today, and she asked me if I like cream and sugar in my coffee, and I love cream and sugar in my coffee. The only challenge is I drink about 2 to 3 pots a day, so that ends up being a lot of calories. So,
well, I'm not too far from you.
Yeah.
I sit here and I drink a lot of coffee, a lot of iced tea. It's that time of year. You drink coffee in the morning, iced tea in the afternoon to wet your whistle a little bit, and then you go out and work, and that's exactly what you do.
Yeah, well, when I'm at work, if I don't have my coffee cup in my hand, the crew gets nervous. That's my pacifier.
What time does work start for you?
Right now, we started at 7 o'clock.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Not too bad.
Okay.
No.
Well, we have you on here to talk about the Alger County Fair that takes place at the end of July.
Correct.
Let's talk about that a little bit, because with the Alger County Fair, it's so much different than the UP Fair or the State Fair, because there's no fair in Detroit anymore. So this is officially the State Fair, but we always grew up with the UP State Fair. But talk about the Alger County Fair and why it's important to Alger County to have this fair year after year. with the exception of last year.
Sure. Well, we're happy to have the fair this year. I think the beauty of a county fair is it allows for basically what it does is a chance for the youth and community people to come together and basically learn about and support agriculture. The county fairs, that's how they kind of started. They were all agricultural fairs, and they predominantly remain that way today. So, it allows the people to come and enter an exhibit, and exhibits have wide ranging from livestock to needlepoint.
Right.
There's a class you can enter an exhibit. So it gives a chance for people to come and display and exhibit the fruits of their labors.
Now, it's important because when you talk about livestock, I mean, we're seeing pigs, we're seeing cows, we see horses, all that stuff. What are some of the other things that we see at the Alger County Fair when it comes to the livestock?
We have rabbits and poultry,
Okay.
goats, and you named them. So a lot of chickens, turkeys, ducks, rabbits, all kinds of different breeds of rabbits. I don't know much about rabbits. So
I know they made a lot.
yeah, they made a lot. Yep.
That's what I know about rabbits.
Yeah,
And I don't want to make anybody mad. They do taste good, though.
they do.
They do.
They do.
I know that some people might get upset with that comment, but duck honestly, that also tastes good as well. But
Sure.
let's talk about the Alger County Fair because it's a little bit unique because it's the 30th, 31st, and the 1st, and it's a homecoming of sorts, and there's parades and things.
Correct.
It's just a huge weekend for the Chatham area.
It is. And this year it happens to be the last or the end of July. Basically, how we schedule the weekend is it's the first Sunday of August.
Okay.
So this is as early as it could possibly be.
Yes.
So because the first is of August, and it's a combination. The Chatham homecoming. I've been in the community for over 35 years and been on the fair board for close to that whole time. And it used to be that the Alger County Fair and the Chatham Homecoming, which was sponsored and conducted by the Chatham Lions Club, were on different weekends. The fair would be the weekend before the Chatham Homecoming. And it's probably been 20, 25 years now that we've combined the both weekends. And because the Chatham Homecoming, they would have the parade and the chicken barbecue, but they wouldn't have any entertainment really. The county fair, we had all these exhibits and all the activities going on, and didn't have a very big crowd because everybody would come back to Chatham the following weekend.
Correct.
So we combined them, and it's just been a great union. And so it allows us to do a whole bunch of things and concentrate it all into one weekend.
Now, I know last year with COVID, nothing took place, and you could see it with the outhouse races last year. And, well, no, that would have been this year. But what kind of economic impact does this have for the Chatham community to have everybody come back in and visit like the Chatham pub or, go and visit some of the restaurants and businesses that are around town?
Yeah, I can't tell you the exact numbers, but it's huge. The New Moon Bar, the Village Pub, the Chatham
Snack
Pub,
Bar.
the Snack Bar, Chatham Co-op. We do a lot of business with them. We purchase most of our food through the Chatham Co-op. And so, yeah, there's a lot of people come to town and the traffic really goes up. So
Let's talk about that weekend and what do we have planned? And I know Bryce and I plan on being out there and
Great.
doing the parade and things like that. But what can we expect from the fair this year on like Friday and Saturday? Then obviously the homecoming parade is on that Sunday. But what can we expect on that Friday and Saturday?
well, the parade is actually on Saturday.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, we open on Friday with the livestock show.
Okay.
So that's where people bring their beef cattle or dairy cattle, and they get to show their animals. The animals then get judged, and they receive a ribbon. Friday also, we have the Little Miss contest, Little Miss Alger contest. And I know you've had some children. I don't know if you have any daughters.
I have one that just turned one and one
just
that's
turned one.
Just turned one and one that's 12.
One that's 12. Well, you might want to consider the Little Miss Alger contest for
Okay.
your 12-year-old. The 1-year-old's a little young yet.
A little bit, but she's cute.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's important, I guess.
So we got Little Miss Alger. What else we have going on?
Yeah, and then Friday this year we got music going on in the Ball Diamond, so we've changed the schedules. And then Saturday morning we start our horse shows. We got horse shows and speed events going on in the arena in the back. The rabbit and poultry judging occurs Saturday morning. And so then also on Saturday is the homecoming parade.
Okay.
That's at 2:00. And, a lot of people ask me, how do I register for the parade? Well, you just show up at 1:00. There is no pre-registration, just
Even better.
even better. Yeah. Bring a float, bring a car, bring a wagon, bring a horse, whatever you'd like to do.
When you talk about judging animals, what are you looking for to get like a top score? How do you judge like one animal? Like how is one cow different from another cow kind of deal?
Well, it's body conformation, just like anything. If we're judging a market lamb, for instance, we're looking at the rump, how full the rump is, the loin area, which is the top of the back where the meat is, and then feet and legs. They got to have good feet and legs. It's just kind of like a beauty contest, if you will. I don't. So, and it's just which one ever fits the standard for that particular breed.
Okay.
And those standards can be different based on what's being shown.
Paul Naasz joins us right here on Coffee with Casey from the Alger County Fair, which takes place end of July, and that's literally only 4 weeks away. Let's just say you want to volunteer, you want to get your pig or your cow in the program. How do they go about registering and getting everybody involved with this?
Yeah, so we have a fair book.
It looks pretty thick, by the way.
Yeah,
Go ahead and hold that up for the camera.
This is actually from 2 years ago.
Okay.
We're in the process of getting our fair books printed.
Okay.
So we'll have a new one out, and this will have all the registration forms in there. It'll have all the classes, instructions on how to enter exhibits, and it'll have the schedule of events and the different things that we have going on. Those will be out shortly.
Okay.
We also have a Facebook page. I don't manage it, but Chelsea Martin, who's our secretary, manages the Alger County Fair Facebook page.
Okay.
A lot of information can be found there as well. And then we also have a website that we kind of hit and miss. Websites are, but algercountyfair.com.
Well, we know that volunteers are greatly needed for everything, especially to put a parade on for for what's going on with Chatham, and I know that's kind of why like the Trinary fireworks disbanded, because they said they didn't have enough volunteers.
Sure.
How would you go about volunteering? What are some of the things you're looking for volunteers to do for this?
Get a lot of volunteers. Actually, the Chatham Lions Club, as a result of their homecoming barbecue that's on Sunday, does an appreciation dinner for all the volunteers, and we actually have over 100 volunteers that we invite to that appreciation dinner.
And if you want to talk about good chicken barbecue,
yeah, it's good chicken. So you can anybody that wants to can call me, contact me personally, or if you know someone on the fair board. And I encourage, if you're interested, we could always use good fair board members. I always have, one of the challenges we have putting on an event like this is people all the time say, let me know what I can do. I'm willing to help. So, okay, I need you to run the beanbag tournament on Saturday. Oh, I don't want to run anything. Okay, so lots of people, and we encourage anyone to help in any way they can, but we especially need people to help to get on the board and help organize and coordinate things. And that's where, and that's year long. I mean, we generally start for next year.
I don't think people really realize what kind of process there is to put a fair on, and to have vendors or to even run like a beanbag toss, or even have like the I always call them like the hot potato sack like races, things like that. It's just something that doesn't take place in a month. It's like you said, year long, and it's a commitment, but it's also to get people back to the area, and it's to draw money into the community. And honestly, it's just to have a darn good time. And after the year we had last year, we all need to have a good time. Sure. Absolutely. Sure. Is there anything else you'd like to bring up while you're here?
Yeah, there's some other things. We do have jumps for the kids that come in. The 4-H, Liz Wiener, the 4-H agent, does kids games on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And this year she turned over to the kids and commissioned them to gain sponsorships to support the games. And they've raised over $1,000 in sponsorships already, and so pretty proud of them and getting them involved. We've got our second year of Run with the Cows 5K, which starts on Saturday morning and at 9:00, and they actually run through the Michigan State University Upper Peninsula Research Center past cows in the pastures. So that's pretty cool. We got music Friday night, 3 o'clock on Saturday night. There's music. The Lions Club does a bar, sells beer and wine coolers and that kind of stuff. So, cornhole tournament, 3 o'clock Saturday, sponsored by the Michigan Hiawatha Land Farm Bureau.
It's awesome. Is there a cost to get in?
There is. We charge $2 a day, or you can buy a wristband for the weekend for $5. You get $1 discount. $2, and we're not the biggest fair. We don't have a lot of vendors. We don't have a lot of activities, but it's just a good old country fair. We're trying to keep everything as relaxed as possible.
Absolutely.
$2 to get in, but parking is free.
There you go. What if I want to drive my cow there?
You can drive your cow there. We'll park her free too.
There you go. Alger County Fair joins us right here in Coffee with Casey, right here in AM 1400, 97.7 WQXO. We'll take our final time out. Before I do, I want to make sure. Davis says your website looks nice. She's looking at it right now.
Okay.
We'll take our final time out, get back, and finish Coffee with Casey right after this.
When it's time for you to tackle a home project, you go to 41 Lumber, because 41 Lumber has the best products, so your projects will last. Every kind of home project, you name it, 41 Lumber has it. And 41 Lumber has the experience to help you with any questions you have along the way. 41 Lumber even offers complete home and project design services. Your projects start at 41 Lumber, with better products for better results. 41 Lumber, building your dreams one project at a time.
As you're on your way out of town this camping season, make sure to stop at Hillside Party Store East. We have all your camping gear. We also sell live bait, fire starters, and boiled peanuts. Hillside Party Store East is also your home for Case Country Farms, including bacons, brats, brat docks, breakfast sausage, chorizo, Italian, pork chops, pork steaks, and ham steaks. Hillside Party Store East, located between Connors and Hilltop Road.
As things slowly get back to normal in the Upper Peninsula, the employees at Embers Credit Union are here, ready to serve you. Our frontline staff is ready to safely handle cash and checks and answer questions you have about your account. Our loan team is ready to help out with new or existing loans in person, on the phone, or through email. Our commercial team is ready to assist you with your business loan and the Payment Protection Program. We are always ready to take members to the next level. We're Embers Credit Union. Let's live it up.
Thinking about upgrading the bedroom carpet or the floor in your home? Now is the perfect time to get a quote from Flynn's Flooring in Wetmore. Flynn's Flooring is locally owned to give you the personal attention you deserve, from carpet to hardwood, or maybe even a vinyl or tile floor. Flynn's Flooring will sit down and go over options with you. So, what are you waiting for? Call and set up an appointment with Flynn's Flooring today at 387-1993.
Enjoy a great meal while taking in the beautiful scenery of Hovey Lake at the Buckhorn Resort. Located on Buckhorn Road in Munising, the Buckhorn Resort has over 10 burgers to choose from. Try their signature burger, the Buckhorn Burger, a bourbon-glazed third-pound Angus beef patty smothered in chunky blue cheese and bacon, served on a home-style sandwich roll. The Buckhorn Resort opens at 11 a.m. daily, or you can call 387-3559. All trails lead to the Buckhorn Resort. 3559. All trails lead to the Buckhorn Resort.
Casey right here on AM 1400, 97.7 WQXO from the Jaminats Gallery Coffee Studios. Once again, they are open till 2 o'clock on this Friday, and if you're listening on Saturday as well. So come on down, get yourself some lunch, get yourself some delicious ice cream, whether you need a pick-me-up with that double shot red eye that they have, or just looking for regular coffee. I have mine here. We also do the mugs, and we also have to-goes as well, because we know how many people want to get out on the boats and enjoy their weekend. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us today. Executive producer Bryce Burge for being upstairs and literally overcoming that power outage. It literally just a poof and turned everything off for the cameras, but radio, we kept going, we kept chugging along. I'd like to thank Jeff Blashill, head coach of the Detroit Red Wings. for joining us right here on Coffee with Casey on AM 1400, 97.7 WQXO. And then Paul Naasz from the Alger County Fair. We'll put some videos up after this show. So if you didn't have an opportunity to watch it, you can watch it at a later date. I'd like to thank everybody. For Bryce Burge, Casey Ford, thanks for listening on AM 1400, 97.7 WQXO, WQXO.com, on SoundCloud and on Spotify. And I'd like to thank everybody for watching on the Rome Media Facebook page and on YouTube. I'm Casey Ford. So long. Have a great weekend. You've been listening to Coffee with Casey on AM 1400, 97.7 WQXO, Munising.